Common is opening up in a new memoir about a lot of different things. Really, the book is called Let Love Have the Last Word. And he says it is really about how love has taken him through his life. But he is also revealing in this book that he was molested as a young boy. And I don't know if he says exactly what age, but...
he was a child.
He was a child. He was on a family trip, he says. And a relative who he calls Brandon did this to him when they got to I think they were going to his grandmother's house or something. So
we got him out.
We got him out in New York, and here's what he told our guy about coming forward now.
I want people to know it's a safe place to be able to talk about things you go through. Like, everybody don't go through exactly the same thing, but we all go through some things. So I want people to be like, man, I could, I've experienced this and I can say something about it and find out how to heal myself when I'm dealing with it. It's something that I feel that I know a lot of people experience, especially black young men and women have experienced it, but just people in general have experienced that type of thing, and a lot of people are afraid to talk about it, but the only way we stop the cycle is to talk about it, so that's why I chose to say something.
It is when you read the passage in the book, he says he just remembered this. It was a repressed memory, essentially, and he said a couple of years ago, was working on a role with Laura Dern.
Oh, right, I read that too.
And it just, as they were,
great movie
workshopping. What was the movie's called? The Tale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie. Came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says while they were working on a scene, they're going through it, and it just hit him like a flash. He was like, this happened to me, and he explored it more. And he actually said he did actually talk to Laura about it at the time, and she helped him, work through that.
Insanely important for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, this sort of happens a lot more than it's being reported, specifically to young black brothers, man. And it happens sometimes. So, like, you'll hear, particularly where I'm from, you'll hear a brother say, yo, I actually lost my virginity when I was 9 years old. One of my mama's friends that used to keep me, blah, blah, blah. And you take the time to think about that and go, no, my man.
No, that wasn't.
You were molested.
Yeah.
That's not, and so when you hear guys like Common, guys who are pillars in the community, come forth and talk about not only talking about these issues, but dealing with them and working through them, it gives you hope that we can sort of change the cyclical nature of it, and that we can get to the bottom of some of these behaviors that are going on, specifically in communities like the ones where I come
think
from.
the book is coming out today.
Yeah, book is out today.
Yeah.
Let Love Have the Last Word. And like I said, really courageous thing, as Van said, that for Common to share his story.
Hi, I'm Juanita. I'm from Memphis, and it is important to share stories as victims so we know that we're not in this fight alone. Therapy is good. A good support system is good. And we're proud of you, Common. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of praise.